Talk to us about the nuance. You have been speaking to potential suppliers here and with channel checks. What have you discovered?
Yes. So I'd flag for you that going back to September of 2024, we started to identify a slight pullback on the part of Microsoft related to activity that they had in certain markets in the U.S. That continued into October of 2024. And as we highlighted in a report that we published in January, we really did see Microsoft take a step back from the market in a more meaningful way related to data center leases that they were in process on. Not things that had been signed, but things that they were working on. This is a continuation of that. We're seeing them pare back on some of the incremental leasing activity that they previously were contemplating. But I really want to emphasize here, as we think about the activity levels of Microsoft, what we're seeing is we're still seeing them being active. It seems like we're seeing a shift in the location in which they're looking to take capacity. There's been talk from the Microsoft CEO around inference and the need to generate revenue. And we're seeing them look for capacity in and around their existing cloud availability zones. Now, I'll leave it to you to interpret, what that could potentially mean. But no, I want to emphasize that we are still seeing them be active in the market. And in areas where we've seen signed leases be impacted, it really has more to do with power delays at the facility level rather than a wholesale pullback from leases that they had signed.
Michael, our own Bloomberg intelligence analyst noted this morning that this report, along with Satya Nadella's comments on a podcast last week, suggested that perhaps they're shifting their strategy more toward renting rather than building from scratch. How do you view this strategy?
Can you hear me?
Yes. How would you view this strategy?
So what I would say to you is that historically we've seen a mix of data center leasing and self-builds be done. The two of them are part of the go-to-market around data centers. We've seen more leasing historically out of the third-party data center operators with Microsoft than we have historically. And I think that's a function of the accelerated demand needs associated with AI. Now, over time, do we think that Microsoft could shift more to a self-build strategy? There's a potential for that, certainly as unbank and accelerate the development pipeline. But one of the messages that I want to be clear here for your viewers is that we're still seeing broad demand strength in terms of overall data center demand. Right? We see Microsoft is in the market, albeit to a lesser degree. We're seeing Oracle be very active, particularly on the heels of the Stargate project. We're seeing, in terms of Google, they're ramping their demand, same with Meta, while Amazon is steady. All in all, we're seeing very strong data center demand.